27 June 2015. Our goal today is to get some electrical panels posted out here on a pedestal, so that we can have an RV hookup here. We're going to have to dig a trench to lay cable about 150 feet around these pine trees here. Come out a little ways so we don't interfere with their main roots too much. Come up this way around them, and then over here to the corner of the woodworking shop, and we'll have another pedestal with another RV hookup over here, and then we'll eventually have breaker panels and stuff that will feed the woodworking shop in the garage. So we got to lay that cable that's going to come out here and feed that electricity over here. This here is debris left from the cement truck. We laid down some boards here to try to make it a little bit easier for him to come in and get up and go down that road, so that he could put the chute right over there for us to pour that last pad of concrete. Unfortunately, he could only make it to about here, where you can see he started sinking in pretty bad. He took a couple runs at it, but that was all the further he could get. And so we had to basically wheelbarrow the other 2.5 yards of cement that's over here on this last section of the pad. As I mentioned yesterday, we're about half a wheelbarrow short, so we kind of left a little hole there that we'll mix up some sackcrete and patch that up a little later once we get the water swept out of there, I guess. So that's the plan for today. Alright, we're digging out this little section here by the pole. It's got to be 2 foot deep. We're pretty much digging this out by hand, just to make sure there aren't any wires or anything that were nearby there. And so we got that dug out to 2 foot, and then we'll get the tractor in here now and start scraping out big chunks. Me and Lori just built this pedestal or podium or whatever you want to call it, I guess it's the pedestal type mount for the RV and electrical hookup. And now we're having her schlep this down the hill. Schlep!
I think I'm going to ride it down the hill.
She's going to ride it down the hill. So we're having her schlep this down the hill to the RV spot. And then we'll get this mounted on the 2x4s that we're planning with, or we've stuck in the ground with some concrete. Schlep! Oh, she schlepped it right over on its side. Yeah, it's pretty close to where we need to be. So we got this hole dug over here, where this gray pipe here is where our current service line for the house goes in. They are going to disconnect that from the post up there, the top of the pole, and lay it on the ground. Then they're going to run a new wire down to the new breaker box panel that we got. We got these guys over here. This is this big one in the middle that they'll run the new line down to, and then we'll have to take our old line that's laying on the ground, and we'll run it back up into the service. One of these boxes here, this box right here, which will be a 200 amp service to the house. And then this is our RV panel that we'll have on this. Well, all these boxes here will get mounted on this panel, which will then get mounted on 2 posts. This one, and we've yet to dig the hole for the other one, but there's the post sitting there for that one. And then we've got some conduit and stuff over here we'll have to cut, because these have to go down in conduit to at least 12 inches below grade. And then of course we got our big spool of wire there that we got to lay out and around. But fortunately, I got Lori to help me schlep stuff.
I'm an official schlepper. Yay! Strong like horse, smart like tractor. Yay!
It's about 8 o'clock. We're going to call it quits for the day. 8 o'clock in the evening. We didn't make quite as much progress as we wanted to today, but we got about, I'd say maybe 35–40% of the trench dug with the backhoe here that we're going to lay our cable in. It has to be 2 feet deep because it's not a conduit. It's a direct bury cable. And 2 feet is actually looks pretty deep when you dig it in the ground, and leaves quite a bit of dirt from it. You can see we tried to go out around these trees as much as possible, but still all kinds of roots. There was a big persimmon tree over there that we hit some bigger roots with that were remnants of that, I think. But at any rate, we got our one post in here, and we'll put another post over here, and then we'll mount that big pedestal or podium or whatever the heck you want to call it. We'll mount that on those 4x4s, and then all this these panels and stuff will get mounted on that. So that's our progress for today. We got cement poured in around that post, so it should be good to go tomorrow. And then we'll dig and make a form for the other post and get that. Hopefully get those that board and the panels and stuff mounted tomorrow, along with the rest of the trench dug out over to the woodworking shop.